Hey guys, Alvaro here. So today I'm going to explain to you how I won Squid Game trials, but also I have a really special interview in the end of the video that you don't want to miss because it's with somebody very special. So stay tuned guys. So in January of this year I went to Los Angeles, basically to do some tourism, also meet some friends, enjoy the city, have fun. But what I realized is that while I was there, they were in the final days of doing the Squid Game the trials thing, and for those of you who don't know what that is, it's like a little 3-hour long Squid Game experience where you compete against 60 or 70 other people, and in the end, if you win, you get a chance to be part of the Squid Game the Challenge reality show. And I was like, okay, that sounds pretty different to things that I usually do. So I said, why not? Oh, okay, I'm always behind the camera, I'm always working on animations, and I was like, this is a perfect opportunity to do something so different than what I usually do. So I said, okay, let's sign up to these trials, So I actually decided to go right after going to Universal, so it was pretty late, I was pretty tired, I really didn't want to compete on this whole thing, but I was like, you know what, now's the time. And I went. And the first thing they give you is this little bracelet. This thing is supposed to keep your score, and if it vibrates, it's supposed to mean that you're out of the game. So before the whole thing even began, I'm like, I'm going to the bathroom, okay? So I went on a little bathroom break, wearing the thing, and it started vibrating. And I'm like, but it hasn't started yet, so I'll just go to the reception and tell them, hey, this happened. Is there anything we can do about it? They told me, the game hasn't started, so it should be fine. So then I go to the queue and then we start the game. They have this really cool thing where they take a picture of your face and they give you a number, etc. I think my number was 448. And so we all go to this room, and there's this screen that shows every single player. And I'm looking, okay, where am I? Why everybody has their picture but not me? And then I find myself, and it's a black silhouette, and I'm like, okay, that's not me. And I asked the referee, and he's like, no, don't worry, sometimes maybe you didn't submit the picture. And okay. The first game comes, there's this bridge, and there's 12 steps that you need to cross. And the thing is that you don't know which step is gonna basically make you lose. The only way you know is that it's gonna light up for a few seconds, it's gonna be pop. So okay, here I am standing and it's okay, people start going before me, and I'm like, oh wow, okay, this is pretty difficult. It's super hard to memorize, yes, no, yes, no, yes. There needs to be a way in which you memorize it. Thankfully, I wasn't the first one to go. So what I did is, okay, let's split this into 3 groups of 4, So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. And then just try to memorize according to that. So if it's first and third, it's gonna be 13. If it's first and fourth, 14. If it's third and fourth, 34. And it worked. Actually, I was out of 60 to 70 people, I was one of the only ones that managed to pass. I think it was only 3 of us out of 60 something. It was oh wow, I have a chance to win this now, okay, that'll be cool. But then I see the scoreboard and it's at 0. Everybody else had at least some points, but I had 0, and I'm like, is that because of my bracelet? And I go to the referee, hey, so I have 0 points and you know that I was one of the other ones that crossed this, And he's like, okay, that's weird, but I'll remember you, 448, okay, I'll remember you, don't worry, I got you. Okay, thanks, sir. So then came the second game. It was a marble game, and I did pretty well as well. Basically, we had to throw a marble, and it had to land at the center of a shape. And I started with 5 marbles, and then the game with 15. I wasn't the top one, but given that I was one of the other ones that passed the first game, I should be at the lead, See the screen, and guess how many points I had? 0 again. And I just kept trusting this referee, And then came the next game, and we again did pretty well. Battleships, our team won. Here's the thing, guys, every single game that we did, I was once again just receiving 0 points. Now, why are the points important? The points don't necessarily mean that you win. The points allow you to skip the first phase of the final game. And what's the final game? Egg and Spoon. But it's hardcore Egg and Spoon, a Fortnite version of Egg and Spoon. You're holding this spoon with a little egg, and you're in this circle that's shrinking. That's where the Fortnite part comes in, And you're surrounded by 20 people that are pushing each other, But if you have a really high score, you might be one of the top 3 that skip the first phase of that. And the second phase, you have to be only 4 or 3. So here's the thing. We do the penultimate game, which is green light, red light. I managed to pass, But again, I have 0 points. Some people get disqualified, and I go to the referee, you know, like the whole thing is about to finish, you know, and I get to the referee and I tell him, hey, so we're almost done. Have you been keeping track of my score? And he's like, yeah, I got you, you know, don't worry. What do you think happens when we go to the final game, to this whole little Fortnite egg and spoon arena, you know? The guy's like, okay, let's see who's at the top. You, and you. Okay, you pass. And I'm like, what? He just completely forgot about me. And then like I get pushed to this big arena with like 20 people. I'm holding the freaking egg and the spoon, you know, and I'm like, oh my god. So the game starts, I quickly push the egg and the spoon of the people right next to me. Then there's like this big chaos that forms at the center, and I'm like looking around the edge. And then out, like people come, attack, like I push them, like I somehow survive this and I pass. So I beat 20 people in this game. But now comes the actual final challenge, you know, which is against the 3 finalists. And I'm like, okay, can I actually win this, you know? There was this like tall, bald guy. There was a lady around like 40 years old, something like that, you know, and somebody around my age, you know. And the game begins. First of all, like the lady comes towards me. I manage to hit her egg and spoon. And then the tall guy pushes the spoon of this other lady. So in the end, like right away, it's me versus this like tall, bulky, bald guy. And I'm like, oh my god, am I really gonna be able to do this? And it's so tense, guy. Like everybody's quiet. And we start circling each other. It becomes like a western. Like we're circling around this big circle that's shrinking, you know, everybody's looking. I'm like tired. I'm frustrated because of the whole clock thing, but I'm here now. And after like what felt like an eternity, I just say, okay, like I'm not gonna win this guy the conventional way, so I'll just give it my all, you know. So I went and boom, hit his spoon, but made like a really strong movement, you know, which means that I also dropped mine. But the technicality is that whichever egg touches the floor first gets disqualified. And his fell first, of course, like by like a millisecond. And then I won. All of this happened. Like this is like such a Hollywood ridiculous scenario, but this is how I won Squid Game the trials in LA. Then like people start clapping, you know, like the main guy, you know, comes and gives me this this mask, you know, takes me to the VIP lounge, you know, and I'm like in shock. I'm like, did I win? They also bring this iPad, which is useful to apply for the Netflix show if I want to appear in it, and I filled it up. So yeah, guys, that's my Squid Game story. And if I have any takeaways out of this, is that I'm so happy I didn't give up. Like I could have easily. I felt like I wanted to give up. Even if things were not looking in my favor, I just kept trying, you know, and kept giving it my all. Until the very end. It was a bit stressful, whatever, you know, but I kept trying, and I won, and that gave me a chance to be on a TV show, which would be pretty fun. Okay, guys, and as a final surprise, I have my winner.
Thank you, Alvaro.
She's the winner of Squid Game the Challenge of last season, and we met in the strangest circumstances.
So I was in London for a few days, and Alvaro, who DM'd me on Instagram, he happened to say that he was in London, and I said, oh, I was in London too. So I said, I'm gonna meet up with a whole bunch of, you know, Squiddies. Yeah, so I'm glad we met, and now we have a friendship forever. And also, he helped me with the drawing for my logo, and I'm very thankful for that and very grateful for his friendship and his support.
Like it was for me also so inspiring just to see like you win Squid Games and immediately you're like going to help people. And also like that's why when we started working on this, I was like, hey, instead of me getting money out of this, let's redirect that to a charity, and we did that through Unbound. That was like fantastic.
So Unbound is it's all over the world, and it happens to that Alvaro is from Peru, and I asked him, so if you want to donate to, you know, the kids, what country will you want? And he's automatically said Peru. So so he picked the kids, and I helped him with paying the kids' education. So as of today, all the kids, even including mine, we have a total of 6 kids all paid for the education up until the age of 18. And one more child is going to be going through a 6-year college, and we're going to support that too.
So I wanted to smoothly move on to actual Squid Games, you know, as I mentioned previously in the video, I won Squid Game the trials, you know, but you're actually a former Squid Game the Challenge winner, so if that ever happens, or to everybody watching this, like, do you have any advice for us?
You have to be true to yourself. Alliances worked from the get-go, but as we dwindle down to, you know, less than a handful of players, that you need to rethink about your strategy. Do you still want alliance, or do you want to have to be on your, you know, individual mentality, because the game is about one winner, so you have to rethink the whole game.
I know you're doing like so many things, like I don't want to mention that because I don't know what you have revealed, but if you want our community to check something out, please let us know.
My TV show, Mother Mai, is aired now on YouTube channel. Last summer we did a 5-week road trip, and we were filming nonprofits. Those are small nonprofits that make a difference in our in the lives of people that we want to help. Every Thursday there's an episode out. So right now there's 4 episodes so far, and make sure you watch it on YouTube channel Mother Mai.
Amazing, thank you so much for being part of this video, and
of course, my
keep
pleasure.
doing amazing
Anytime.
stuff.
So are you.
Keep amazing stuff and inspiring.
And I wish I have all the money in the world to support you too, Alvaro, because you're amazing. You're very creative. You know, show to the world that what you can do.
Thank you so much, Mai.